welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. Today's gonna be a story time on how I found out that I was pregnant when I was 17 years old. I was a junior in high school, so I think I was a junior. Yeah, I was a junior in... No, I was actually a sophomore when I found out I was pregnant, and then I went into... Wow, I was such a young little... Okay. Okay, so... how I found out I was pregnant was... Alright, so let me just rewind. Okay, rewind. I used to live in like a two bedroom in a two-family home, and I used to live upstairs, obviously my mom, my family and stuff. And then my best friend used to, like, one of my best friends, she's like a sister, lived downstairs. And one day I think she had one of her friends over, but I think I had like missed my period or something. So I was kind of like, oh, like maybe I'll just take a pregnancy test. Like, first of all, where did I buy pregnancy tests? Second of all, where did I get the money to buy them? Because a bitch was broke. So I don't know. I was able to get some. Obviously I didn't take them upstairs when my mom was gonna be, so I took them downstairs. I'm sorry, Mom. But I took them downstairs. I went downstairs with them, and they were both there, and I was on FaceTime with, at the time, was my boyfriend. I was on FaceTime with him, and I went to go pee on the stick, you feel me, in her bathroom, and like immediately I remember it turning like 2 lines, like it was 2 lines. He's like, nah, you're lying, because we were on FaceTime. He was like, nah, you're lying. I'm like, no, I'm not. Like, no, like, I'm not. I'm dead ass. So, whatever. I hung up on him. And then I went out and I told my friends. Well, it was one of my friends and her friend. But I didn't care if she knew it. Like, I really didn't care. I did not. I was, like, I don't know. Like, I had a feeling, which... You know, I was so young, so I was 17. I was 17 when I got pregnant, I think, yeah. So, that's how I found out pretty much. So yeah, like a week later, I think my mom started to notice that I wasn't getting my period. I don't know, like, I'm a mom now, so I think now I will understand how moms know this kind of thing. But, like, at the time, I'm like, how the hell does she know when I'm supposed to get my period? Like, what the how? Like, how do you know when exactly I'm supposed to get it? Like, so, but at the time, like, she noticed that I wasn't getting my period. And I was, like, you know, being a little faker because I knew that I was pregnant. Like, I knew way before my mom found out. I'm pretty sure in her little mom instincts, she knew. But, I wasn't getting my period, obviously, and my mom was like, oh, when are you gonna get your period? And I'm like, oh, I don't know, I'm cramping, and like, I think I might be getting it, whatever. That was a lie, and I wasn't slick enough to like pretend to use pads. So like she's like, oh, there's no pads here, like, so, like, bro, my mom, like, why were you going through this? Why were you going through garbage to see if there was pads? Okay, so, no pads, whatever. And I remember she got so mad. And I don't remember what day. Like, I don't know if it was a Friday or not. I don't remember. But she was like, oh, I'm going to take you to the doctor. And we're going to find out. Da, da, da. So she took me to my, like, doctor. And she was like, oh, run a pregnancy test on her. Mind you, I already knew it was going to be positive. So, keep moving. So, I already knew it was going to be positive. So, I was just kind of scared because I wasn't ready to confront my mom about it. So, I remember the door at the doctor's office was kind of like slightly open. So, I saw the nurse's face. I think it was a nurse. And, like, she just looked kind of shook. I already knew So I was kind of okay, like, how am I gonna look at my mom after this? I was, bro, till this day, I'm still scared of my mom. So I was like, she's gonna tell her, like, they can't, obviously, they can't lie or whatever. So, whatever, they told my mom. Honestly, it's like very faint in my mind because, like, I have a really bad memory. But I know my mom was pissed. Like, my mom was so mad. We got in the car. We were on our way home. She was yelling at me. She was calling me all kinds of names, telling me everything about myself. So we went. She had to pick something up or whatever. And before she got out the car, she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna call the cops on him, like my daughter's father, right? Like, oh, I'm gonna call the cops on him. He's gonna go to jail." And I'm like, you can't. You can't do that. Like, why would he get why would he get locked up, mom? That makes no sense. So anyway, she was pissed because she thought he was like way older than me when like in reality he wasn't. And technically, I was at the age of consent. Like, I think 16 is the age of consent. So technically, she couldn't have done anything about it. So whatever, we get back home. I was just crying because I don't know what to do. Like, I didn't want to have a baby, but at the same time I did. Like, it was just weird. Like, it was just so full of emotions. I was crying because my mom found out, and like, I thought I was gonna have to leave the house or whatever. My mom is weird, right? She's not weird, but like most parents would be like, you're pregnant, leave. So my mom was kind of different. She was mad. She was really mad, and I thought she was gonna kick me out. And then when I told her, like, hey, I don't want to have this baby, she's like, oh, well, if you don't have this baby, then you're going to get kicked out, da-da-da. Which was so weird, right? Like, usually parents are like, well, you're pregnant, now you got to leave. No, my mom was the opposite. She was like, now that you're pregnant, like, I will support. Well, okay, so let me just rewind. We got to the house. I was crying. She was mad. She went to her room. I went to my room. I was just crying alone in my little ass room. And, she came back like a few minutes later, and she just hugged me, and she was like, I'm gonna be here for you, this and that, what are you gonna do? And I'm like, well, mom, I don't want to have this baby. Like, I don't want to have a baby. Like, I was so young, I wasn't ready to have a baby, obviously. But she was like, oh, well, like, I don't condone abortions and this and that, like, if you have an abortion, pretty much, you're leaving. And if you decide to keep the baby, then I will support you and I will help you. And I was like, okay. So, obviously I ended up having a baby. There's a baby picture of her right there, pretty cute. But yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much how I found out and how she found out. I didn't get kicked out of the house, but I did move in with her dad for a little bit because that wasn't gonna work out. So eventually, like, she got him to come to the house to talk to her and my stepdad. Like, how we found out, it wasn't that big of a deal. Like, I mean, it was, but it wasn't like as traumatic as just for other people. Like, I have a couple of friends who got pregnant in high school. I got one friend who got pregnant in high school, and she found out, and she went through like something completely more like dramatic and like just a lot. She got a lot worse than what I did, right? And you know who it is, girl. I love you. You should do a story time with me. But yeah, that's pretty much how I found out I was pregnant. It's not super crazy, but I'll just tell you guys how I found out. The second time I was pregnant, except this time I wanted to get pregnant. This was with my husband. Obviously, I have 2 kids. So with my husband at the time, he was obviously just my boyfriend. He was kind of like, oh, you already have a baby, so let's just have a baby of our own, pretty much. And I was just like, with the vibes. Like, I don't know why. Like, I don't know why. Like, I had just graduated high school. I was in my prime, and then boom, to have a baby. That's why I'm done with I'm done having babies now. That's exactly why I'm done having babies, because I had them when I think that was my prime. Like, I could have done something completely different, but I decided to start a family. So with my son, it was pretty, it's so stupid. It's like, it was planned out, so I kind of wasn't surprised at all. So this is them. I'm sorry, Mom. I'm so sorry. I don't even want you to watch the rest of this video. But with my son, at first, me and my man at the time, he's still my man, but at the time, me and my man were kind of like, oh, like, chill, we can't have a baby, da da da. So I took a plan B, right? And that was a waste of $50, because a week late, not even a week later, maybe like 5 days later, we're like, you know what? Let's just have another baby. Let's have a baby of our own, da da da. One night, so stupid. Me and my husband used to always get Starbucks every night. Like, weird. Like, so much money. Like, why would we do that? That's just so much money. Like, going into Starbucks, like, bitch, I have coffee in la casa now. Like, what the fuck? But at the time, we used to just always go to Starbucks, right? And there was this one time where I knew I was ovulating, because, you know, like, you keep track on your little, like, app or whatever. So I was like, babe, like, I want to sleep over. Like, if you really want to get me pregnant, like, tonight is the night. Like, I'm so sorry, Mom. I'm so sorry. And he was like, oh, I don't know. Like, because at the time, we were both still living with Mom and Dad. Like, I was living with my mom. He was living with his parents. So, like, oh, I don't know, da da da. And then I'm like, wow, you must really not want to get me pregnant, da da da. Like, I was just being a brat. Like, I'm so embarrassed. I was just being such a brat. And then, whatever, we went home, well, to his house. I slept over. We did the deed, obviously. And then, like, a few weeks later, I was like, I'm gonna just take a test, because, you know, I just wanted to take a test. We were trying, so, like, I don't know, I just wanted to take a test. Boom, comes out positive. I'm like, all right, let me go get another test, because I don't know, like, whatever. I'm going to go get another test, positive. And I think I still got the pictures of it. But whatever, we found out, and dude, that was it. Whatever. So back to my mom. I was still living with my mom, so I had went home. I kind of kept it to myself for a few days, but I couldn't really keep it for too long. So I went to the kitchen. My mom and my stepdad were sitting down eating. And I go sit next to her, and I'm like, hi, Mommy, like, hey, and then I was like, Mom, guess what? She was like, you're pregnant. I was like, okay, yeah, I am. Like, how do you know that? She's like, I just know. I'm like, how? Like, how do you know my life like this? Like, how? Why? So yeah, that's pretty much how we found out that I was pregnant with my son. And then he told his parents, but, like, I wasn't there. So yeah, I don't know how that went down. Maybe he could tell us one day. But yeah, that's how I found out I was pregnant those 2 times. I got pregnant when I was, I think, 17. I think I said that, but I keep forgetting. 17 with my daughter. And I was 19 when I got pregnant with my son. So yeah, I'm a very young mom. I'm 22. Am I? Yeah, I'm 22. Was I 19 when I found out? Yeah, I was 19, because I got married at 19 before I turned 22. So if you guys want to hear why and how, and mainly why I got married at 22, then just give it a thumbs up or comment or whatever you want. But yeah, that's pretty much my boring stories of how I found out I was pregnant. It features my mom a lot, because she's very important. So yeah, I hope you guys liked it. Like, share, subscribe, whatever you want to do. Comment. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Snapchat. I don't know. Alright, goodbye, guys.